And we stepped off the stage and we walked through the audience. And a man who was probably about 80, who was not African-American, approached us. And he said, I've never listened to that rap music before. I don't understand that rap music. And I have never heard that poetry before. And I never would have listened to that. With the dance and that rap music and that poetry together, I got it.
Yeah.
I understood. I understood what he was singing about, and he had tears in his eyes. So when you add dance and music and story, it really affects people.
Yeah.
It really affects people.
Right. And the thing is, you have to, kind of blend things together because one of those things is going to hit you somewhere. Every generation speaks its own language. So for someone who's 80, it's that rap music. Because it's not something that they came up with. It's something that came up later.
Rap music.
It's that darn rap music. That's that rap music. So, yeah, it's understandable. So, yeah, you throw some poetry in there and some dance in there. Yeah. You're saying the same thing.
Absolutely.
In different languages.
In a way that they can hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a way they can hear.
What was so great about, say, Dr. Maya Angelou, and if I can just reach a little bit, say Ruby Dee. I've heard her speak the same way, just talking about how each generation, the young people will rise and say what they need to say the way they need to say it. Right. So, we can all get into our boxes sometimes and say, oh, that rap music or that twerking or whatever you call it. Right. But it's an expression, and sometimes you just have to dig a little bit or come and kind of sit at an event like this and say, hey, wait a minute. There's a lot of things mixed in there, and I'm getting some messages. So you can mix it together, and it just becomes, I'm a New Orleans girl, so it becomes a gumbo maybe.
Nice. A gumbo. It is a gumbo of dance, music, and history.
Yes. This is really genius. It's very genius.
Thank you. We've worked really hard on it, and we really, really love it. We're really proud of the work. It really feels like we're doing something very, very positive in the community.
You are.
And again, this is our 5th year, and the concert, like I said, most of the dancers are being flown in from New York. Andrea, who does Whitney Houston, is coming in from Mexico City. And it's really neat because we've been doing this pretty much all on our own, Grown Women Dance Collective, for all of these years. And now people are starting to take notice and starting to step in and offer help. So I wanted to thank a couple of my sponsors. Diablo Valley, Defying Expectations.
Absolutely.
They're our new tourism board that's really excited about getting people to come to Concord and see how we can defy expectations. People say to me, this is happening in Concord, this is happening in Pleasant Hill. Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah, honey.
And they are really excited about it.
Right.
And then AT&T just stepped in and bought 25 tickets for low-income children.
That's beautiful.
So we're going to get our beautiful babies at the concert.
Beautiful.
And then Travis Credit Union has been amazing, hooking us up with sponsorships and actually stepping in to help. So it's taken a long road to get here. We're going to keep going. We're hard-headed. We're in Contra Costa County. And people say, why are you doing this in Contra Costa County? Because we need the arts. We need cross-cultural celebrations, and we know how to do it.
Thank you.
And this is our contribution, and we're going to continue. It's really a beautiful, beautiful gathering of people.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I love this. I love the whole concept. And, I love that it's a family event.
It really is.
It's a family event. You can bring your kids.
Everybody.
And, again, it's going to be great dialogue when you're on your way home. And for days and months to come.
Right.
Because you get into a pocket. It's like, wait a minute. This is something I didn't know about.
Absolutely.
And now I know about it. I'm obsessed with it. Don't you love that little pocket when it's like, wait a minute.
I can't stop thinking about it.
Hold on a second. Let me find out about Ray Charles and Nina Simone and dig into these spaces that I didn't know were there. So it's great for me as a grown person. So imagine how great that is for a younger person to say. It
impacts them early.
Right. And then they go to school and tell all their other friends. It's like, wait a minute. No. It was Kanye that bit off of this dude right here.
Absolutely. It was Ray Charles before Kanye.
Thank you.
It really
was. Thank you, young people. It was Ray Charles first before Kanye.
Genius.
And I will throw this out there again. Let's not box ourselves.
Yes.
That rap music. I've always hated that, where it's like we want to separate ourselves from our young people.
You have to put that in quotes when you say that rap music.
It's usually that darn rap
or
music.
that rap stuff.
Yeah. So, but James Brown did the same thing. Gil Scott-Heron did the same thing.
Absolutely.
You know, they were speaking on the things
word.
that they saw, or they would sing about the things that they saw.
Right.
It's the same thing. Really, Ray Charles, they were just speaking.
Right.
They were just speaking.
And their modality was to melody versus their modality was to straight rhythm. Right?
Girl, you better preach
Thank
in here.
you.
Come on now. Come on now.
I want to tell you how you're saying boxing ourselves. I've been speaking to people about this concert. I'm really excited about it. And I've heard people say, oh, I'm going to tell my daughters about this. They love dance. And I say, good, tell your daughters. But bring your sons, too. Bring your husbands. So what happens is people will come the first year to support. And then they came by themselves because their husband didn't want to come because they didn't want to see any dance, right? Oh, I don't like that dance stuff. So then the wife will see it. They will fall in love with it. The next year they will drag their husband and 4 friends. And kicking and screaming, the men will show up. And then after the show, they come up to me and say, I absolutely did not want to come to the show. This is the most incredible thing I've ever experienced. I am so glad that I let my wife drag me to this. Last year, I have a Pilates studio in Concord, and I was teaching. And a man walked in while I was teaching, and I thought, okay, this is a little strange. I haven't met this person before. And he kind of just stood there and stared at me. I was like, okay, why is this man staring at me?
Right.
And he said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Tonya. I was like, okay, he knows me. And he said,
Right.
I am so-and-so's father,
actually
the father of the singer in the show.
Uh-huh.
Jessica Rahm sings Amazing Grace.
Oh, wow.
And he said, I wanted to drive here and thank you. I have been thinking about the show for the last, I think it was a Tuesday, so for the last 4 days. And I have to tell you that it really, really affected me, and I can't stop thinking about the things that I learned in the show, and thank you.
That's
Right?
awesome. That's
so
awesome.
It's not, it is a dance show. Our modality of telling story is dance, but it's dance, it's music, it's history, it's community building, it's cross-cultural, cross-generational bridge building.
Yeah.
And that's what the show is about.
Right. And, you know, you were telling the story about the men who come kicking and screaming.
Kicking and screaming.
You should always pay attention to the things that you resist. You know, when you say, I don't want to, that's the thing you really need to go do.
That is the truth.
You know,
it?
we all do it. The things that you're procrastinating,
Right.
I don't want to do it.
I don't want to stretch.
I'm not looking at it. You know, I don't like these vegetables. Anything that you're saying, I don't want to do it. That's the thing you ought to be doing.
Right.
So, you know, that's another one of the boxes. Hey, I'm a guy. I don't like that
I don't do that
dance
dance stuff. I don't like that dance.
Okay, we're not just talking about the tutu thing
No,
here.
no, no,
we're
no,
talking
no.
about expression. You know, if I can reach to Alvin Ailey, Alvin Ailey, that's a life-changing experience.
Absolutely.
To
So
see-
imagine a bunch of ex-Alvin Ailey trained dancers dancing to all of these incredible artists.
Yeah, you can just forget. You know, my life changes a little bit every time I see the Alvin Ailey
Absolutely.
American Dance Theater.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, I remember the first time I saw them. Number one, the person in front of me got upset because I kept jumping up and hitting them in the head. I was pregnant at the time too, so my belly they just got hit in the head multiple times because I couldn't contain myself.
Good for you.
You know, so the thing is, this is a life-changing event.
Yes, it is.
You know, we have to reach inside to that part of ourselves that is the core of ourselves. That appreciates dance. That's the first form of language where we just would move and, you know.
Before we were told to sit still and stop wiggling.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It never worked with me. I still wiggle around all the time.
And now you're grown, so nobody can
it's
tell
like,
you
what's
nothing.
wrong with her? Why does she jump up and down like that?
Yeah.
Well,
And I have to tell you, the reason why we started Grown Women Dance Collective in the first place was to provide a safe space for mature women to create work that is accessible and relevant to diverse communities.
Yeah.
So this is not about coming to sit in a theater and sitting very still, right? This is about you coming and connecting to the work.
Connecting, I
right?
love that.
It's supposed to be accessible. It's supposed to be a reflection of life. And having a theater experience should be in both directions. You give energy to the performers giving you energy back. It's a cycle of love and expression and sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'll say it again. It is life-changing. It is the kind of event that will change you a little bit. Mm-hmm. Bring your family so it can change all of them. And when you're on your way back home and you're sitting around the dinner table, there's plenty to talk about.
It really
and
is.
As a parent, I know I'm speaking for all the parents here. That's what you want. You want to be able to sit down and have a conversation with your family. Because sometimes we get busy and we don't do it.
Right.
We don't do it enough anymore. So it's going to change some things in a wonderful way. It's the 5th annual Fallen Heroes Rising Stars Juneteenth celebration through dance. Thank you so much. She's the artistic director of the Grown Women Dance Collective, Tonya Amos. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And mark your calendars, Friday, June 27th, 8 p.m. at Diablo Valley College in Pleasant Hill. And also Saturday, June 28th, 8 o'clock at the California Theater in Pittsburgh, California. You can go to grownwomendance.org for more information or go to the community page at KBLX.com. Find the information there, and we will see you at this wonderful event. Thank you so much, lady.
Happy Juneteenth.
Thank you. Happy Juneteenth to you as well. And thank you for listening, KBLX family. I'm Nikki Thomas. This is Bayview.
R&B 102.9 KBLX FM, Berkeley, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose.